Dear Mr. Justin Trudeau, it cannot have been easy being made to announce your resignation by your very own party. But I'm sure you saw it coming. It was coming for a long time now, wasn't it? Now, please don't misunderstand me. I'm not gloating over your decision. As a journalist, I understand that politics is often turbulent and political careers always have ups and downs. But as an Indian and an Indian journalist who your government listed in a report on foreign interference only 3 months ago, you must allow me to analyze how things have come to this pass for you. You may agree or disagree, but this is my view. Let's make no mistake. Your intent, Mr. Trudeau, to resign marks the culmination of a politically tumultuous period that has eroded what was once your sterling image both at home and abroad, even and particularly here in India. One of the most glaring aspects of your recent tenure was the handling of relations with my country, India. Your public accusation in September 2023 that the Indian government was involved in the killing of Khalistani terrorist Hardeep Singh Nijjar led to a diplomatic firestorm that continues even now. India's government not only denied the allegations, but responded with sharp retaliatory measures, which I'm sure you expected, including expelling your diplomats and halting trade talks, something that most certainly damaged your country as it did damage ours. This failure to substantiate your claims has left Canada's international standing in question and your leadership under a great deal of scrutiny. Critics argue that this approach by you jeopardized Canada's strategic relationships for domestic political gains, particularly among the Sikh diaspora. In effect, you endangered the lives and livelihoods of thousands, maybe millions, for narrow near-term political ends, and see how that ended up. You've had to resign. Your campaign against India now stands demolished. Your inability to present evidence for these accusations has severely eroded Canada's credibility on the global stage. You're stepping down, but Canada will continue to carry the can for your cavalier and irresponsible politics. What began as a high-stakes gamble to shore up domestic political support in Canada ended in a diplomatic debacle that alienated a key economic and geopolitical partner, my country. It exposed your leadership as reactive and poorly calculated, leaving Canada isolated at a time when international alliances are more crucial than ever. This episode followed years of frosty relations between your government and India, dating back to your controversial 2018 visit, which was marred by accusations of pandering and a photo scandal involving a convicted terrorist. Together, these incidents highlight a pattern of mismanagement, not reading the room in foreign affairs that has significantly undermined Canada's reputation. Closer to home in your country, your relationship with former US President Donald Trump and incoming US President Donald Trump has been fraught with tension and public humiliation. Trump's open disdain for you became infamous, most notably during the 2019 NATO summit when he was caught on a hot mic mocking you in front of you. And now the incoming President of the United States lampoons you every single day on social media, and you've just had to sit there and take it. This dynamic, thanks to you as leader, has exposed Canada, a great country beyond any doubt, to vulnerabilities in its trade and security relationships with its most important ally, the United States. Your inability to navigate this relationship effectively, whether through confrontation or conciliation, underscored the diplomatic shortcomings of your personal leadership, because you are the boss. On the domestic front, your Liberal Party faced growing criticism for its handling of key issues: housing, affordability, inflation, environmental policy. When this new year dawned, it had become clear that your leadership was no longer an asset but a liability, especially with Chinese interference, even as you continued to obsess with Indian journalists and their interference. Your departure appears less like a choice and more like a necessity to salvage your party's prospects in the next election later this year. In the end, your resignation is not just the conclusion of a difficult chapter for your career, but a sobering reminder of how quickly political fortunes can change. From a global darling to a leader marred by controversy, your tenure serves as a case study in the perils of high expectations and the unforgiving nature of modern politics. We wish you the very best in your next steps.